Welcome to another episode of Hair Biz Radio with your hosts, Zakira and
Mikey.
Wait, we got to try that again because Mikey's normally has some energy for me. So welcome to another episode of Hair Biz Radio with your hosts, Zakira and
Mikey.
There we go. And we're back in the stew. If you guys don't know what the stew is, it's the studio.
I didn't even know what the stew is, and I'm sitting in it.
We're back in the studio for another episode. What's been going on this week?
This week is just another busy week. But first, before I go into that, I want to make sure people know what this episode's about. And it's going to be about the updates to iOS, to Facebook, Instagram marketing.
Yes.
Really all marketing is online marketing because of Apple and what they're doing, which I understand, which is cool, but not cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. I'm planning some trips. I'm getting ready to go to Charlotte Wholesale Day this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you go to beautybizshows.com to check our upcoming shows because we have wholesale days coming like crazy. And of course, we just secured the date. As a matter of fact,
March 27th.
Is it March 27th? I just secured it, and I don't remember the date. Believe it's March 27th. We're going to have a upcoming, is that spring or winter?
It's spring.
Spring conference.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have the Spring Beauty Biz Show, Spring Conference, and this is the business side of beauty.
Yep.
Okay, so we will have some vendors there and, of course, a bunch of presenters. And
the best part, well, kind of like the best part.
We're going to do a live Hair Biz Radio podcast recording.
Yes.
So if you want to see us live and in person, which we've never done before.
Never. We'll have like great topics. Great. Yeah, it'll be good.
We'll probably have a good guest. I'm going to pull a good guest for this one.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We me and Z, our connection base has been going up. I mean, like,
Bananas.
Look, I know I had like 3 followers yesterday. I was like, wait, did someone tag me in a post? What the hell's going on here? You lost or something? Did you hit that by accident?
Hilarious.
So yeah, that's coming up. That's going to be amazing.
Yep.
By the way, just kind of a little OT for you guys don't know, it's kind of like the stew, which is off topic. I was just recently in Madrid, Spain.
Oh, yes.
And I can tell you guys, this is one of my new favorite places to go.
Really?
Generally,
better than Thailand?
I didn't say that, but I'm usually always in Asia and I haven't found too many like European places that I'm like a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Just not really my style, but Madrid is just like New York City.
Wow.
But the buildings aren't as tall, as many people though. And it was one of the greatest. It was amazing. It was just amazing. We stayed at the Aloft Hotel. It's kind of like a trendy, but no frills, right in the middle of the city. Even better is we had a nighttime flight. We got on the plane at like around 8 o'clock.
Those are always the best.
Always the best. Even better is because we upgraded to Delta One. So we had literally turns into a bed.
Yeah.
Went to sleep, woke up in Madrid at the airport, right? Even better than that, all of that was completely free.
Wow.
I'm telling you guys, if you don't get on this points game, I have an episode on the Hair Biz Radio. I talk about the points.
There's a blog post too. So if you guys are on the blog.
And I've been tweaking it. I've been tweaking the game a little bit over time with spending and stuff. But I keep telling people you should not be spending money on a debit card or cash because you're not getting anything back. Everything you're spending money, if it's that kind of transaction, if it's your mortgage, it generally has to be like an ACH out of your account. I understand, or you're sending in a check, whatever. But if you're actually spending money, make sure you're using a credit card, not a debit card or cash. And actually, I had somebody tell me, well, Mikey, you have a business. You have an advantage because you spend a lot of money with your business. Now that it's big,
and although that's true,
it is true.
He does have some advantage, but it works.
But no, but not just that. What I explained to this person was, I said, look, I understand that. I get it. It was actually one of my good friends. I said, but eventually you might have a business or be spending more money, something along those lines. If you can't manage this kind of, I call it a game, the points game at a small level, how in the world do you think you're going to do it when you get up to the next few levels having a business?
And I learned all of this from Mikey, and I started doing it, and I'm already gold medallion now.
Really?
Yeah, I've been using my Amex for everything, just getting all the points. When I'm booking flights, I'm only booking through Delta. And yeah, the perks, Delta Sky Club, like there are just so many different perks that you can get.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you don't have to really change too much of stuff that you're doing in normal life.
Nope.
It's just being smart about it.
Yep.
And that goes down to, you said, she mostly flies Delta, which is great. You do have to be loyal.
A loyal customer.
Pick an airline. So we're in Atlanta. So if you guys have been to Atlanta Airport, half of the airport is Delta. So it makes sense we're loyal to Delta.
Yeah.
And then you have to pick a hotel group. Okay. So I like Marriott because there's Marriotts literally everywhere.
Yep.
So we are really loyal to Marriott. And I can tell you, this is actually the first year that I was really playing it with the hotels to see what I could do. Cause I'd just stay at like the cheapest hotel or this, that, and the other. Now I'm more Marriott focused. Let me tell you, I'm now at the top tier of their status level, which is ambassador.
Oh, we got big boy status.
Big boy status. I tell you what, when you check in and they look you up and when you're like, even when I was platinum and the credit cards can help get you there with some of the stuff. But basically when you're ambassador, like, they are treating you so much
like
more
royalty.
nice. You're
like, if you've ever seen Coming to America, you're like the prince on Coming to America.
I'm kind of like the prince, but not really. Okay, but it's close. Look, you know what's crazy? I get early check-in, so I can message the hotel. They actually, Marriott's app, you can actually message people. You can message the front desk through your app now. So
I think I saw that when we went to LA.
Super convenient. Okay. Hey, I'm flying in from the US. I know I'm a little early. Can you guys maybe accommodate me? Just giving them a heads up. If they can, they will. And if not, they won't.
Right.
When we got to Madrid, we got there pretty early and we got to the hotel by like 11 and they had the room ready for us. 11 a.m. I'm used to 4 p.m. check-in maybe.
Right.
Then you also get late checkout. So my checkout now at any Marriott hotel is 4 p.m. Do you know how nice it is?
Yeah.
So
that's top tier.
It's top tier. I didn't really use it to my advantage too much until recently. What I did is I was in New York for meetings a couple of weeks ago. And I said, you know what? I'm going to book the flight later in the day and I'm going to do a 4 p.m. checkout. I basically, because normally I would do it like around 11 or 12, the flight, leave the hotel early. We had the whole day in New York, no rush. And then in the later afternoon, checked out and then caught a later flight. Because the middle of the day, you're going to lose anyway. So you kind of like gained a day. You get access to all the club lounges, which is COVID right now. We're recording, so there's not as many open. But I get free breakfast for 2 at all my hotel stays.
That's baller.
Now, we just booked Paris for free.
Oh, yeah.
But the breakfast buffet, Paris is ridiculously expensive, like stupid. And the breakfast buffet in Paris is $40 a person at this hotel.
Oh, wow.
Think about that. We're staying 10 nights. That's $80 a day. That's like $800 in savings right there.
Oh, yeah.
Loyalty pays when it comes to travel, doing these credit cards and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And with your hair business, whenever you're buying product, wholesale product, whatever it is, use your Amex.
You could really rack up, like even drop shippers, everybody, you could really rack up points.
Oh, yeah.
Just have that credit card saved with us. Make sure it's a rewards card.
Yeah.
Now, if your credit's not that good, you generally can't get those rewards cards are generally something that's a little higher tier for your credit.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably starting at like the 620 to 650 range. So think about that, but that's also another reason why you need to take care of your credit. Watch it, because me and you both have messed up our credit in the past.
Oh, yeah. My credit was shot.
Me and Zakira back in the day, oh my God, it was gone. So we came back from the dead.
Right.
Okay, and we're here living right now and having good credit. And I don't know if I told you this, I got a notification so I'm with Experian, so I can lock my credit so you can't steal my credit.
Right, yeah.
And I got a notification like, hey, your credit score increased. I checked in. I'm finally back in the 800 club.
Woo, that's a celebration.
That 800 club feels good there.
That's top tier again.
Yeah, because then you need loans and other stuff. And now it's more important than ever because we're trying to buy up the block, to have like the credit score higher and stuff. But
better interest rates, everything.
When I tell you, this has been like an 8-9 year journey to get back here after my first business failed. Right. And I talk about it in my book, Fearless Beauty. You know, make sure you get the book, Fearless Beauty. I talk
Amazon,
about it
Fearless Beauty.
I talk about it in there, but it was a journey back. So now that I'm here, I'm thankful for where I am today. I'm trying to maximize everything. You got to stay humble with everything you're doing. Still watch your spending, because actually me and your dad say it all the time. We've been broke before, and we're not going back. Nope. I am not going back to being broke. Nope. So you got to be careful with stuff. And if you want to travel, for me, I'd rather travel and have experiences in life.
Me too. Than buying bags and shoes and all that. Yeah.
But if you can travel and the travel was free, that travel is nice.
Right. Yeah. Another thing is sometimes when you get in on like the Amexes, they have those deals or specials where you can get like bonus miles and
introductory. Like the introductory when you're signing up is really good.
Yep, for sure.
And then you got to keep like in the Amex app, they have the offer section.
Yep. You got to make sure you keep those on the card for dining, everything.
Yeah, they had one 10% off shipping with FedEx.
Really?
For the first, you can get up to $1,000 off.
Oh, wow. I'm sure you used that one.
The first month, I had like $1,000 off. Like, you know, first couple weeks, actually, $1,000 off a week. I don't even know what it was. We spent so much for shipping.
Yeah.
So, and actually FedEx gives rewards points too, because I didn't even know this, and 2.0 pointed it out. He's like, hey, Mikey, did you see all the points you have? We have like 1 million FedEx points.
I'm sure.
Which turns into like gift cards and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's
so
really good.
Yeah,
especially when you have a business that you're shipping consistently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there's just, if you do things the right way and just kind of learn a little bit about it, I'm telling you, this is really great. And I'll tell you another way you can earn points. And actually, you can a lot of times earn triple points and bonus points. Is spending money on Facebook and Instagram and online ads, which is the segue into what we're going to talk about today and some of the changes that have happened, because Zakira and I were just talking about it. And it's like, let's do an episode about it.
Yeah. So I think like we're like between this war with like Facebook and Apple, and like they're going back and forth, and it's like Mortal Kombat.
It really is.
It is. Like if you guys have an iPhone and you did the iOS update, you'll notice that when you do the update, it'll pop up on your screen. Do you want to allow certain apps to track your location or something like that? And most people click no versus allow. And so it pretty much triggered Facebook and all the advertising to just literally go downhill with all of it.
Yeah. So if your retargeted ads aren't as powerful as they were before, this is generally the reason why.
Yeah.
Now, if you're on a desktop, it doesn't really apply. If you're on Android, it doesn't really apply. You can still target those people, but I can tell you for the hair industry, people that are coming to, say, private label extensions, it's about 80-85% mobile. Of those, it's usually about 60% iOS, 60-70%.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk.
It's over half.
Yeah, it's like over half. So like those abandoned cart kind of flows that you had through Facebook and everything else,
they tanked.
It's a mess. But you know, the bad part is it really hurt the small business.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because the bigger businesses, they have much larger budgets and they can just kind of flood the market with advertising. So that's actually, it's probably helped them because a lot of small businesses spent less.
Yeah.
So when there's less competition for ad space, the cost of ads go down. So the big businesses they really just won. I mean, and people are like, private label's big. No. We're not big. Like, we're talking Coke, Nike, all these other people, billion-dollar companies, and there's a lot of billion-dollar companies, publicly traded companies, funding, everything else.
Yeah.
They can just spend all this money.
Yeah. So how do you think that, so we talked about kind of how it has basically doomed small businesses, but do we see it getting better at all? Like,
that's, you know what? You have to be more strategic.
Yeah.
Right? So when this happened, I immediately was like, okay, we have to focus on a few other things. I'm going to let this kind of ride the storm. I took my budgets down. And honestly, the Facebook, Instagram ads, when we first got them going, that's how private label was built.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't built off of influencers and all these other people. We were selling to stylists that were, you know, these big musicians or social media or people on TV and everybody else, but no one knew it was coming from us. I mean, think about some of the hair that I have I always say in my drawer.
Oh, yeah.
Supplied some of the most famous people in the world that wear hair extensions. Nobody knows it comes from me.
Right.
Which is fine because we're private label. And it's cool. So our business wasn't built off that. is built off this. So now you have to look at ways to really hone in on your website. So now we have a conversion analytics team that kind of analyzes everything people are doing on the website and how we improve it. I was just talking to my email specialist today about upgrading the Shopify theme. So just recently, Shopify did their biggest update in probably a decade. They have a whole new framework. And to get on that framework, you have to upgrade to the Shopify 2.0 theme. Right. So if you're building a new website, you want to get on 2.0 themes. We actually, with Dropship Beauty and Dropship Bundles, we have a bunch of new themes coming out. It's all going to be 2.0 themes.
How does it work if people are already on like a regular Shopify site with Dropship Beauty, and if they want to upgrade to?
You're going to have to upgrade. You can upgrade through us with one of our templates that we're building, or getting a template through Shopify. It's expensive too. The new themes, the 2.0 themes, are much more expensive.
Yeah.
But the framework's built for the future, and it's much faster and everything else. So if you're not spending the money on those ads, you have to think of, if I can't drive the traffic, how do I really take care of the traffic that visits me? This is the time that you really need to invest more in content, right? So you need to invest more on blogging, really getting that content going, product photos, videos, YouTube, getting influencers to send traffic to your website. But see, this is the problem. Before we talked about influencer marketing was, hey, get the influencer, send the traffic to your website. But if you didn't have the retargeted marketing set up, those people visit the website and then they disappear.
Right.
But then if you got back on Facebook, Instagram, because of retargeted marketing, you could bring a lot of people back. But now that that's messed up, that actually hinders a little bit of your campaigns for influencer marketing as well.
Yeah. It's kind of like I was having these thoughts, and I'm just like, what is like this competition between Facebook and Apple? Like, why do they hate each other? It's almost like a tit for tat thing. And then it goes back to, as decades come, we're in 2021 right now. By the time 2030 comes, it's kind of like, what is going to be the new digital thing? Like before, it was like everyone getting on Instagram and Facebook and the Facebook advertising, and people are making billions, millions of dollars just on Facebook advertising, not even necessarily building their business from the ground up, but just straight advertising, because they have great campaigns and they have great marketing. They have great digital visuals and everything. So now it's like, now that the Facebook advertising is pretty much dwindled down, what is that next big thing? Like, how can we foresee that?
and a lot of the reports came out. I mean, a lot of people are coming off Facebook now, right? And Facebook's now the older crowd.
Yeah.
Right? And then Instagram's kind of in the middle, and TikTok's getting all the new users.
Oh, yeah.
So if you, year by year, that crowd on Facebook's just getting older. And with marketing, generally people are trying to market mostly to that 18 to 40 range, right? So TikTok's really taken over, and now everyone's trying to do TikTok-ish kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like even YouTube has stories, which YouTube's generally known for long form content. So YouTube stories are, it's called shorts, YouTube shorts. Right. So I made some YouTube shorts on my Hair Business Blueprint YouTube channel, and I think they've done okay. Not great, because usually people go to YouTube, they're not really looking for these quick
they want to like see tutorials. They want to look at vlogs. They want to hear music.
Longer format kind of posts. But TikTok, we really haven't done much ads or anything on TikTok yet, believe it or not. But it's something that I'm like, we're going to have to do.
Yeah. You have to have a person dedicated to doing TikTok.
I know, because everyone here, I've been trying to get everyone to do TikTok.
They don't want to be on video.
Dallas dance around a little bit, stuff like that, but not too much. I actually have an idea for a TikTok I'll share after this, and you guys will have to look for it. So yeah, it's just one of those things. The update's just been really, really tough. Yeah. Now you can match your email audiences. So you can take your email audience or your email list, and you can do a matching system with Facebook that'll try to match through there. I don't know how well that works with this update. I've kind of heard about mixed results.
We did that with the ads that we're running right now. We've tried that with the match email list, and it hasn't brought as much as before. And
then trying to do the lookalike audiences. Yeah. What does that look like? That's another thing. We talked about. I talked about getting into like the data analytics of your customers in the last episode. And that's one of those things where it's important to really know where your customers are, because if you can create lookalike audiences from your absolute really best customers that are shopping often, opposed to that just made a purchase. Because a lot of us are making lookalike audiences based on, oh, someone placed an order with us.
Right.
We're going to do a lookalike audience for that. But if you can really hone down that lookalike audience of like people that shop online every month with you, right? Those kind of lookalike audiences are infinitely more powerful.
Yeah.
And this is something you got to think about, where it was just kind of like, I know Facebook, Instagram ads still work. I want to say that.
Yeah.
But you have to get even more smart than you previously were about how you're doing targeting, how you're creating these audiences, the visuals. You're going to have to spend a lot more time and effort on the visuals now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that kind of thing can help. Are you getting these visuals shared by people? You know, there's a lot. And, you know, for us being a location, so we're opening up showrooms, right? And I can tell you where the challenge is. You know, we have wholesale day events, and say this one coming up in Charlotte. I have an ad running now that it's doing okay, but not great, because I really don't know how good that targeting is in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the Facebook, Instagram ads is kind of messed up. Right? So for us, I mean, that really hurts because of where we were going to really crush the market, being able to open different cities and really market to a super targeted audience. Yeah. Because you know how crazy I could get, you know, with that target. People are like, dang.
Yeah.
You know, but now I'm hindered. So it makes it a lot more difficult. But that makes it difficult for everyone. It's not just us.
Right.
And you have to create strategies and really hone down of what's going to really work for you and your business to be successful.
Yep. So it's going back to the drawing board and utilizing some guerrilla marketing things. Still doing digital stuff, but just trying to figure out ways around what's happening right now. I'm going to write a letter to Facebook.
You better write it to Apple.
I meant Apple. That's what I meant.
Apple, like, what are you doing to us? You're hurting the small business.
I'm going to write a letter.
I mean, but, you know, there's other ways to do marketing. And like I said, you just have to be more creative. It's like the more creative team is going to win.
Yeah.
They're going to get the customer, and take good care of your current customers.
Right.
You know, that is so key. And, you know, if you spend less on, you know, acquiring the customers, make sure you spend a little bit more on
keeping them.
Yeah. Right? Because it's a lot more expensive. We always talk about this in marketing. It's a lot more expensive to acquire a customer than keep a customer.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to figure out what's going to work best for you and your business to do so. I mean, I know for us, we went through a lot of our customers that spent a good amount of money with us. We sent them we sent everyone my book, and we sent out all sorts of other stuff. You know, we're sending out stuff to local stylists that are in the area of our showrooms to kind of get them to come in. And it's one of those things I tell the marketing team, if you send something one time, they're probably not even going to see it. Yeah. Even if it's a physical thing. I said, we have to send something every month for months.
Definitely.
So think about, don't cast too wide of a web that you can't afford to market to.
Yeah.
Start with if you're in the hair industry, find 10 stylists that don't sell their own hair in your local market. Yeah. And reach out to those, send them a little trinket, something small every month.
Yep. It's just like cold emailing. Like you have to have a series of emails. Yeah, definitely.
You got to warm them up. You got to let them know you're here month in and month out. Because as we know, did you see that thing about that guy on the Shade Room?
No, what was it?
Woo! Let me take a sip of this tea. Oh my! Oh God! Yeah. So I'm not going to get into it too much. You guys can go to the Shade Room. I'm not here.
You can go to the Shade
I don't
Room.
follow the Shade Room. I just had a bunch of people send it to me.
Okay.
I don't follow. I follow I try to get away from following all the miscellaneous BS and like stuff that's just so it's like reality TV kind of drama. But somebody in Atlanta was taking a bunch of orders for wigs, weren't sending the wigs out.
Oh, wow.
All these BBB complaints, Better Business Bureau complaints. I mean, a lot of people.
Oh, wow.
And actually responded like, oh, well, didn't expect this. But the problem was, and this is what I knew happened. As I'm watching this, I'm like, how is he taking the payments? Because if it's just a credit card, they're just going to do a chargeback.
Right.
Well, I think he messed up his relationship with the credit card processors, which we've had episodes about the importance of your relationship with credit card processors. So he started taking Cash App for everything. Now, if you're Cash App someone, that's like me just giving you
Giving
cash.
you money. Yeah.
You're not getting it back. So if you're doing business with someone, especially buying like he's selling like $700,000 wigs, right? And you're sending it via Cash App, something's a little off. If you're a business and you're not taking credit cards like normal people.
Yeah. A lot of people will ask, do you take Cash App? I'm like, no, I take invoice or invoice.
Yeah, like I'm not playing this game.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's not
I'm not
happening.
playing this game, right?
And even while we're on it, now the IRS is actually locking down on Cash Apps. Anyway, it was in the news and everything. They were talking about how you're going to any businesses that are making over $600 and you're taking Cash App payments, you're going to start paying taxes on that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all that's getting
playing.
reported. Now, if you're sending money between friends and stuff, just keep records of that so you don't have to pay taxes on it because but you do have to, basically all that data is now being sent to IRS.
Yep.
And with computers and stuff, it's not like 20 years ago where, they didn't have complex algorithms and programs.
They know everything you're doing, whether it's your phone,
Look, Biden's spending trillions of dollars. They got to get it back somehow. It's going to be taxpayers. It's going to be,
Yeah.
So
They're
be
not
careful
playing.
with that. So be a little careful with how everything works with be careful with who you're doing business with. Do you take credit cards? No, I don't. Well, why don't you take credit cards? If they say the credit card fee, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
And it could be that, and they're just thinking small, or they ruin the relationship with a credit card processor.
Yeah, I will say that sometimes I'm not sure if this is good or not. You can tell me so we can tell the people. But sometimes I will allow people to Zelle the money, but that's only because it's connected to my QuickBooks. So at the end of the day, it will still be able to tell where the money came from.
That's different. If people are sending you money, you're not concerned.
Well, the business account. It's the business account.
It doesn't matter. If they're sending the money.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be concerned.
Got it.
It's the people sending the money I'm trying to protect.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because all these people sent this guy all this money for the wigs.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? And we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And it would be easy for them just to refund it normally.
Right.
I think that money was spent. That's just me.
It probably was.
Because there was some other drama with the same person through social media. And, like I said, I don't follow any of this stuff, but someone was showing me and I was just like, and then this came up and I was like, oh yeah. And they had a big celebrity partner. And I was like, partnered with the wrong person. But that's important because you have to be careful who you partner with.
We have a whole episode on partnerships.
It is so important because if you partner with the wrong person, right? And just to give you an example, right? If we partnered with somebody that I knew had like $0, right? That's tough to bring in as a partner. And the problem is that person needs to take out all this money to live life, right? And I understand that. Look, I get it. I was at $0 not too long ago. Yeah. Right? So the problem becomes when you're starting a new business, it could take years before you start getting paid. Yeah. Right? Because you need to keep reinvesting, building it up, redesigning stuff, this, that, the other. There's a lot of expenses, right? So most people just can't go that long or work that long without getting paid when you don't have money. So if I start a new project now and I'm like, oh, I won't make money for this for a couple of years, I'm okay now. Yeah. Right? Because I spent 8 years building up this current business to get to that point. Yeah. Right? But 5 years ago, maybe I couldn't have done that. So you have to be really careful with your partnerships because, like this I'm not going to mention who the celebrity is, partnered with this person and that really looks bad on her now. Yeah. Yeah. She's probably getting a ton of DMs and messages, comments, like you better get your boy and all this other kind of stuff. Like you want no part of that. None. Settle. Right? Because that can taint your other brand that you've maybe spent so much time with. So we've spent so much time building up private label. If we partnered with the wrong person for an upcoming project. Bad. Yeah. You got to have the right people involved, right legal agreements, all that kind of stuff. So I just want you guys to really think about that. It might not be something that you're thinking about today, or it might not be a situation you're in today. But in the future, this could come up and just kind of, you could always revisit this episode to kind of think about what we're talking about. Definitely. So that was the tea for today. Oh, man. When I saw that and I had multiple people sending it to me, I said, ooh, Ooh-wee. That is not good. Actually, someone I even knew because someone commented, because I logged in the private label Instagram real quick to see. Someone I just checked like comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Someone had commented on that post. Private label would never do that to me. And I was like, exactly right. Look, if we don't have it or whatever, like we would
not.
First of all, we just would never, not even close. And it gets so important. Same thing with vendors. You have to trust and understand the people you're working with in a good position, because otherwise it can put you in a bad position.
Definitely. So make sure you go back and listen to those, the 2 episodes we referred to today were about partnerships. We did a whole episode. I think that one was with Angela, where we discussed partnerships. And then we had another episode. It was like early on about utilizing credit cards for your business and points and all of that. Go back and listen to those episodes. Definitely.
And don't let this stuff happening with the iOS update discourage you.
Right.
Make it motivate you to be better in your business and find other ways, because that's what we're all doing right now. And really, there's no alternative. You can't give up. So just keep pushing. You got this.
Definitely. Look at that motivational words from Mikey. Mikey with the motivation. Again, make sure you guys leave us comments, rate, subscribe. Also, if you purchased a copy of Fearless Beauty, make sure you go on Amazon and leave a comment. The comments help so much. I meant review. Yes, a review, not a comment.
I'm trying to get to 200.
Yes, we got to get Mikey to 200. So
I'm dying.
Make sure you go and leave a review on Amazon, and then check back, because we'll be back with some more episodes of Hair Biz Radio.
Bye.